Welcome to Proverbs 31 by Design. My name is Tina Heisman. I help Christian women who are struggling with the overwhelm of trying to balance being a wife, mother, and career woman. When they work with me, they discover how to create their own unique level of balance so that they can finally experience the joy, passion, success, and fulfillment that they are seeking in their life. Okay, girls, so it's June. This month on the podcast, I thought we would focus on educating all of us women about our men. Because, Father's Day is in June, so let's put the focus on the men in our relationship. Like, I'll share with you what makes them tick. What does he need in a relationship? What is he thinking? Why does he say and do some of the things that he does? And why is he bothered by some of those things that wouldn't bother us? How does that sound? Do you want like the guy code this month in June? Are you in? Okay, let's do it. But before we get started, I want to let you know I have a free, private Proverbs 31 community on Facebook where you can come to get inspiration for your life. Search Proverbs 31 by Design in the Facebook search bar. Also, I have created a free download for you. It's called The Ultimate Guide to Guilt-Free Self-Care. It's a guide to help you take care of yourself in mind, body, and spirit so you can feel like your best self every day. You can visit my website to download it, tinaheisman.com. Okay, so let's dive in and talk about the importance of having fun with your husband. Today, I thought we would start with a quiz. I love quizzes. Do you love quizzes? The fun kind, not like the academic kind, right? So I think everyone loves a good quiz. Well, this one's just short, just one question. If you were to rate the amount of fun that you have with your husband on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being so much fun and 1 being no fun at all, what would you rate it? I'll give you a second to think about that. And then I want you to consider, what do you think your husband would rate it? Sometimes women think the relationship is more fun than the men. And that's because women and men have different ideas of what fun is. And in a lot of relationships, at least with the women that I work with, it tends to be the women kind of leading the fun. And so I want to talk about that today so that we can make sure that if you're having fun, your husband is having fun too, right? So the reason for this is that research proves that our husbands actually need to have fun with us to help them feel connected to us. Like this, it's like a sense of activity and adventure that creates connection in them. Where with us women, we're kind of more about like talking and bonding. That's different for guys. And so I want you to think back to the beginning of your relationship with your husband. You probably spent a lot of time together in the beginning doing fun things, right? I mean, when we're dating, we do all kinds of fun things as we're trying to get to know each other. But then, life follows its course. We get married, we have children, we become busy, overcommitted, distracted, and exhausted, to mention a few. And we kind of stop prioritizing as much time for having fun in our marriage relationship, right? Just kind of falls by the wayside. And unfortunately, sometimes even some of the common courtesies of friendship, like kindness and thoughtfulness, also fall to the wayside. I don't know about you guys, but it does seem like with myself and a lot of the women I work with that we sometimes just let those things fall aside and kind of forget about them. And we want to bring them back and keep our friendship healthy and fun and keep that fun and friendship like front and center in our marriage because it's natural in every relationship for romance and passion to fade. That's totally natural, totally normal. But what keeps us connected is that fun and friendship, and that will encourage us to go back and pursue the romance when we notice that it's faded a bit, right? And so as I mentioned earlier, friendship and fun look different to men and women. And in fact, like I said, some of the very things that we need in our friendships as women are not necessary for men and probably not even wanted. So it's important for us to know this because if we are trying to create a friendship with our husband the same way that we would with a girlfriend, we might come away feeling more discouraged than connected. And so it's important for us to know for men, The way that they develop intimacy and friendship consists of doing things together, right? Like actually doing things, activities. And in fact, a lot of times, no conversation is necessary for men. They don't even need to talk. It's just the activity that they find bonding. So let me give you an example of this. A client of mine was telling me that her husband loves to go like climbing and hiking in the mountains. She does not love this. In fact, she finds it scary and dangerous, but she does it for him. And on one particular hiking trip, she was telling me that the conditions were rough. It was a little bit slippery. And in fact, people were falling around her. And she herself had to help a couple of people as they were falling. Like, talk about scary, right? And she said they barely spoke during the climb because they were concentrating and there were actually a lot of people around. And so when they got back down the mountain, she was feeling kind of frustrated and exhausted and, not really excited to go and do that again. But her husband looked at her and he's beaming and he said, "Thank you for an awesome day. This was one of my favorite climbs ever." And then he kissed her. Wow, girls, how funny is that? Her experience was frustration and angst, but his was exhilaration and connection. And it was doing the same activity. And so the cool thing is that she said her feelings of frustration just melted away after he said what a great day it was and kissed her, because that was why she was doing it. She knows that she needs to do fun, adventurous things for her husband. And so, it wasn't comfortable for her, but the end result was the connection in her marriage that she so desires. And she did feel that connection right after he shared with her how wonderful he felt. That just sparked the connection. And so it was really good. And so this is why it's important for us women to know that our husbands connect through doing activity. And some experts refer to it as shoulder to shoulder. If you're trying to think about what kind of an activity could you do, think about shoulder to shoulder and think about when guys spend time together, they're usually doing activities, right? They don't necessarily go out and have coffee like you or I would. They want to be doing something. And so that is what our husbands need from us. Of course, they need their guy time to go out and do things with their guy friends, but they also need to do some of those things with us. And that is something that a lot of us women need to work on. Not all of us, but I think most of us probably could work a little bit better on this, because we just kind of start backing away from some of those things that are uncomfortable as we get more comfortable in our relationship. And so, I have been there. I've done things with my husband that I would normally not do on my own, like camping, fishing, hiking, canoeing, bike riding, jet skiing, and golfing, to name a few. Golfing's not so bad, but some of those other ones are they're a little more scary to me, a little more outside my comfort zone, and I might not think first to do something like that for fun for me. But what I have discovered is that these things are just outside of my comfort zone. And so it's good to push myself to do them sometimes. And I actually end up having some fun doing it. I do. And so that's good. It's pleasurable. Even if I'm feeling a little scared, like jet skiing, for example, out on, the Gulf of Mexico, where that's where we used to jet ski. That's scary to me. I know it's not scary to everyone, but it's scary to me. But it does turn out to be fun, and I'm always glad I did it, and of course, always enjoy the reward of the connection. And so one thing that makes me laugh is I do have a lot of women who tell me, complain, well, my husband, loves watching sporting events, whether it's in person or on TV, and, she'll always want me to come with, and I don't want to do that. Right? We women don't always enjoy that. But the thing is, that is a side-by-side activity that you could do with your husband to help increase the connection in your marriage. It will help him feel more connected with you, and it will help you feel more connected with him. And I know it's hard, when you really don't care about whatever the sport it is, or if it's boring to you. And so you don't have to do it every time, but I would just encourage you to try sometimes doing it and see the result and measure for yourself. Do you feel like this increased the connection by you doing this activity, right? And so I think this would be a great time, now that you're learning about this, to take this conversation to your husband and talk to him about it. You can say, I want to make sure that we're both having as much fun in our relationship. And so what are things that you would like to do? Like, what are some fun things that you would like to do that we could maybe put on our calendar for some time coming soon, right? And that would be a great way to connect and bond with him and let him know that there's really something fun coming up to look forward to. And with Father's Day right around the corner, it's a perfect time to be thinking about that. So another thing you can do is to try to change up your regular date night. A lot of times, I don't know about you guys, but it's like, dinner and drinks or maybe a movie or something like that, which is kind of very low key, and it gives that conversation that us girls love, that we feel connected from that. But if we can try and change it up a little bit and throw some activities in there, that's going to give our husband a chance to connect with us and bond with us. So think about, like, what could you do that might change up your date nights, which you better be having. I know we don't all get them as much as we want, but we got to work on it. It's so important, so important. I thought I would give you one example of something that my husband and I did once to change up our date night, and that was that we met for lunch one weekday at a local casino. And I know that's like taboo, right? It was like on a weekday and it's a casino. But it was so fun. And it was just different than just sitting there having lunch together. And we really enjoyed it. We're not high rollers. We just like the penny and the nickel slots or whatever. But it was just something really fun to do and different. And it's great to change up your work week. I love that. And so it's important for us to be intentional with our friendship and fun with our husband. And we do need to make time for these kinds of activities and try and just show up and be present in our marriages and try to cultivate the friendship and bring back, what we might have had before when we were first dating. And I think it's important to know that most couples don't divorce over big, huge things. Most of the time, and for the women that come to me for coaching help, there's not usually like one big, huge thing that is the problem. It's like the little everyday things. And it's the lack of putting effort into those little everyday things that causes us to one day wake up and think, what am I doing here? This is not fun, or I'm tired or whatever. And so that's, I think, very normal for many of us to experience. But then once you kind of do wake up and or you hear someone like me share with you how important it is to have fun in your relationship, it's an opportunity for you. It's an opportunity for you to take your marriage from good to great or from great to amazing, and so that you can cultivate the joy and happiness in life that you're really seeking and that we're all seeking. And it's good for us. It's good for our kids. And so it's really worth the effort. And it actually is fun. Like, you'll have some fun too, I promise. And so I know that you're busy, right? I know that, but you can do this, and you will be so much happier as a result of putting this effort in. And your kids are going to be happier, and so will your husband. And so I thought to give you a simple action step to take to get started is to make a list of some of the things that you and your husband used to love to do when you started your relationship. And talk to your husband about it, see if he has anything to add, and then schedule something on the calendar in the next week or two that would be fun that you can do, and just going forward from there, be intentional about putting these fun things on your calendar. And also, I want to encourage you by just reminding you that marriage is a growing relationship. Things are shifting and changing rapidly sometimes slowly over time. But that's normal. And you're growing and changing, your husband's growing and changing. And so we want to keep our connection by making sure the friendship stays strong through all of these changes, right? And so if you can do that, then the two of you will be able to weather any storm together, right? Okay, so I know that this is easier said than done, and it really helps to have someone help you. And I would love to be that gal for you. So if you'd like to know more about how coaching can help you in your relationship, reach out to me for a complimentary discovery call. We can look at where you're at now and where you want to be and what's getting in the way of you having the relationship that you want. And don't forget, I have created that ultimate guide to guilt-free self-care for you. It's on my website, tinaheisman.com. And don't forget to join us in the Proverbs 31 by Design community on Facebook. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.